think it's important for people to believe that their life doesn't end at a certain point and you're just sitting there terminal waiting to die.
Yeah.
I guess, or just kind of absorbing life as it comes to you, or living in the shadow of whatever choice that you've made.
Hi, my name is Abel, and you are watching Abel's Table. As promised, I said I was going to be having some guests, and I'm very honored to bring to you one of my favorite people, Montana Jones, my bass player, my bestie, a writer, a person who's you'll find in the woods, probably, most likely.
Yeah.
Most likely found in the woods, hiking,
9 times out of 10.
alive.
Lurking.
You look. Okay. All right. So, thanks for coming, friend.
I'm glad to be here.
One of the things that I wanted to talk about, I see online, I'm a lurker in the Reddit forums and generally online.
Okay.
And I see a lot of people, I'm going to say women, but I'm just going to say people.
Okay.
And they have this issue and they ask this question. They're like, am I too old to do X, Y, and Z? Can I start guitar now? I'm 54. Is life over? They keep having these posts. And so as someone who started music late, I started, I guess, really doing it like 26, 27, with the whole life behind me, basically.
Yeah.
So just, seeing how you felt about that and, your perspective on that.
It's a hard thing to hear. I definitely going back to the people thing, but there is a coworker at work that is a man, but he is always like, I'm just too old to do it. Mm-hmm. And it's such an excuse.
Yeah.
I didn't start, and, I didn't start till I was 32, and was about to be 33. So it was, it's hard to believe that you can teach an old dog new tricks, but I took my first ballet class today, and I don't expect to be great at it, but sometimes that's not always the point. Is that if you have the dream of being, a world-famous guitar player and you're starting at 54, then, you better start now, because starting tomorrow is just going to put you a day behind. So to me, it just seems like the more that you deliberate about something that you want to do, the longer you're putting off getting to the point where you can enjoy it, because there is that beginner's curve where it's frustrating. But to me, it's a near and dear to my heart thing, because I think it's important for people to believe that their life doesn't end at a certain point and you're just sitting there terminal waiting to die.
Yeah.
I guess, or just kind of absorbing life as it comes to you, or living in the shadow of whatever choice that you've made. And you're like, well, I've always been an accountant, so I'm always going to be an accountant. And no shame if you are, but that's, if your dream then is to be like the world's greatest tap dancer, you probably ought to start tap dancing. I think it's better to die on the pursuit of a dream than live in the staleness of just accepting what you have and believing that's the only reality you'll ever get.
Yeah. First of all, I guess I didn't even ask you to introduce yourself to the people.
Oh, hi,
say
people.
what you do and
Okay.
give yourself like a little elevator speech or whatever.
Yeah, well, I'm Montana Jones. I am Abel's bassist and bestie. I am a bass player in Memphis. I've also recently started my own project under Montana Jones, and Abel is my guitar player, so we're very, what's the word? We really collaborate a lot, understand each other super well, so it's always good to have that in the vision. And I am a server at Huey's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great burgers.
They're all right.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't say that.
Well, here's the thing. I went to the one that's like off Winchester toward Collierville.
That's the one I work at.
So I don't think you were in town.
Yeah.
But I was like out there one day for work. They made the best Impossible Burger they've ever made.
The Beyond
for me.
Burger's good.
They made it so good. And I was like, I should come out here more often, but I'm not going to because it's like 30 minutes from my house.
And me too.
It was so good. It was super good. Yeah.
Our kitchen's really good. I like waiting tables. It in itself is a performance. So it's fun, and I enjoy the flexibility in income, except for when it isn't in my favor. But I like meeting people and doing that. So it's an interesting, just see people coming and going that are either regulars or they're coming through town. A lot of people that have never been to Memphis, and so when they come to Huey's, it's you get to kind of welcome them into the institution that it is.
Yeah.
So this podcast is not sponsored by Huey's.
No, it's not, but it could be.
It could be.
But it definitely could be.
It could be.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I do. I do that, and I go in the woods and read and write and come out of the woods.
Yeah. come out of the woods.
Yeah. Yeah. So far, so good.
I think when I met you, I remember the day that I met you, right? So we were at this Women in Memphis music event, I think it was.
Of course we met at a library.
Yes, of course we met at a library. And I was just like staring at you. You had your glasses on. And I was like, I know you. And it was the weirdest feeling. Like I had known you for like years and years. And it was very strange. I almost didn't talk to you because I was like, she's going to think I'm insane. But we ended up like hanging out, going to Central Station after, talking about John Mayer and music.
I know. I went to that because I thought you were going, and then when it took you a while to get there, I was like, man, she didn't come. Like I got stood up, and then I was one of those like. But then when you came in, and I was like, and then we talked about John Mayer, and the mutual impact of our influences on music, and left in just this like. Friend.
Yeah.
The big friend crush thing where you're just like, oh my gosh, does she think of me as a friend the way you think of her as a friend?
It was crazy because you're like, yeah, I'm thinking about doing like this bass thing. I came and I was just like, I just prayed. I was like, I need a bass player. Like, if you want me to like find a bass player, and then you just like showed up, and I was like, okay, that could be a thing. I don't know. And how I guess we're a year later in 2 years.
2 years, because this month is 2 years since Rail Yard Live.
That's insane.
Since your tour, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, they're sending out the next new Memphis sound for 2026.
I feel like old, not old, but I feel like wow, that's crazy.
You're an alma mater.
Yeah.
So it's been two years, and we did the open mic at Cossett Library, which was really fun. Performing in an open mic in a library was fun.
Yeah.
And then
I love the space.
Yeah, it's a really nice setup. And remember when we did the Women in Memphis music thing, and they let us go in the abandoned part of the library? That was very cool.
I love that.
Yes.
I like, my goal in life is to be rich enough, like if they don't get like an endowment or something, like if I can do it and just like build that whole space out. It's like
really?
Ballet studio, like piano lab. Like, have you ever been to the Chicago Public Library?
Never been to Chicago.
Really?
Yes.
Oh no, that's not. No. We have to go.
Or New Orleans, like this.
I know we're going.
We've got some places, and then the Roosevelt Library.
Yeah. No, but Chicago has these like piano labs. So instead of like study rooms, well, in addition to, they have like you can rent out pianos.
That's fantastic.
And like sit and practice and all that. And I just thought that was I've never seen that anywhere else.
Where I live, it's been really hard to find, because like if I have to practice anything that is loud enough, and I'm always very cautious about trying, cautious of my housemates. So a dedicated practice space within Memphis is something that is sorely lacking for the vast number of musicians in town.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a really cool thing, just to have access to it. And it's also like, a piano is a very one of those things that if you're going to buy a piano, you either are already good at it, or you're very invested. Or you have a lot of disposable income. So to give someone access to just like, to that is a really cool, accessible way to open that up for people who might not be able to have much more than, an electric keyboard is...
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Even if weighted, it's not the same.
It's not the same. I try to compose on electric keyboard, and I feel like such a snob. But there's something different about the keys. It's like the wood. It's like alive versus something that's like...
I get it.
It's, So,
there's a part of it that it's like same thing. I have not. I think I've gotten 2 or 3 brand new basses, like off the shelf, and there's just something that is not. There's part of a soul that's missing when you go to play it, as opposed to a used bass, regardless of how it was used, or even if it was used much at all.
Yeah.
There's something in the wood that lives there, and like once it comes right off a factory line, I know that somebody has to have it first and break it in, but it just seems like there's just. It's a living thing.
Yeah, for sure.
The wood remembers.
The wood remembers. That's a great line in a country song about a house.
See, you wanted to renovate the Cossett Library abandoned space, though. I want to preserve it and lurk around in it after dark, but only if the floors are.
That sounds unsafe.
Yeah, I was like, only if the floors are stable enough. But I don't know. It's cool to go in places like that where it feels like time forgot it, and you're just like standing there in it and sort of feel like either the space is a ghost or you're a ghost, and kind of get a sense of days gone by. But that's my own weird issue.
I'll give you like a part, like a
corner.
closet.
Yeah, that's right.
And like Montana's just haunting the closet.
In her closet, like with the rusted nails, or like get the tetanus shot again.
Okay, so I brought up that story because since I've met you, I've just been like, man, you are like probably one of the most fearless people I have met. Tenacious, I guess.
Tenacious is a better word. Fearless is inaccurate.
Yeah. Acting in spite of fear, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, would not let a freight train stop you type of person. And so, I was just wondering, again, with the, how do you, like, how, why, how and why, and, like, what's driving you, and, like.
A sense of responsibility.
To what?
Music, I guess. Mm-hmm. I sense that I owe something to it because it was a song that pulled me out of darkness in a really bad moment, and so it does feel like there is a sense of ownership that I have to take, and like I think we've told you this before, like being passed a torch that I'm not allowed to drop, which sounds ridiculous. And is ridiculous, and it is a pressure put on myself by myself.
I think you and your like Greek tragedies. I think you're like. Yeah. I think that's what it is. I think
it gives me a sense of destiny, where otherwise I think I'd be more inclined to just walk off and quit. When it gets hard, because it does get hard.
Yeah.
The dark days come in, and it's overwhelming, and there's a lot of trying and feeling like you're just a drop in the bucket of everything that's going on. And we've talked about a lot. I'm not social media inclined, so. Knowing that I have to create in that space with those parameters makes it difficult. Mm-hmm. But it's something I feel a pretty strong drive to. And there was when I started playing bass, I started with the 100 Days of Practice Challenge. Mm-hmm. And it really was love letter to vulnerability to put that out on the internet every day of like, here's me playing bass for the first time in my closet to like, and getting like those milestone moments of the little clip that you took of me at the Cosset Library, like singing and playing the bass the first time. And then, even like progressing up. So I think I was still doing it when we went to Rail Yard. Mm-hmm. So having those like milestone moments in it was cool because I thought it was back to the age thing that we started with. Like, I really wanted to kind of put out there that, I'm 33 and I'm starting, or I started at 32, but wasn't long before I was 33. Like, you can still make a difference. And if I can start here at day 0 and end up here, gestures broadly, then anyone else can start anywhere else because I'm not made of anything different, special, or other than anyone else. So I don't see why other people couldn't, I don't know, sort of be. Oh, it sounds very self-important to be like be an inspiration to other people, but just like a realistic, like,
yeah, for sure.
You can do things if you really want to, and it's a good medium to work in as a writer. It's hard, you should watch me struggle for years to write songs, but like, it really does set a specific parameters around it. But it also, someone that's written a novel, like it takes. Like you really put these boundaries about around what you can and can't do with your art and your expression and language, and so it does make it more difficult, like in a challenging, I guess, more challenging to express what you need to say through words and through lyrics, and then for me to build around it like backwards musically. And it's still a language I'm learning to like express myself through melody and the chord progressions and the music in the background and rhythm. But to me, like rhythm and language were the things that were driving that need for expression. And so I try to kind of carry that in the forefront of what I do, that even if it's not melodically technical or the chord progressions don't make any sense, that they're still expressing what I want to get across with it. So I don't know. I feel like I have a clock, like putting a gun to my head and a torch in my hand I can't set down, and if I let go of this sense of destiny, then I'll lose a part of my identity. So that's probably not super healthy, but it is the honest answer.
So I think a lot of times when I've been going back and forth with music at this age, I've had the same question, so I never like feel like judgmental of people who have it, because it does feel like art isn't made for older people, which is, I don't know, that's a very like strange thing. It's like, oh, once you're 30 plus, you have nothing more to say, which is insane. It's like, but that's when you mature. That's when your life is really, you're making better decisions. It's like,
it's a crazy concept to me that the people that we want to listen to, the voices that we want to hear, are 20-year-olds.
Yeah,
You ever
children.
listen? Yeah, like I mean, like my son is going to be 18 this year.
Yeah.
I love him to death. But you sit here at 35 as really truly like starting to just finally feel like I'm an adult.
Yeah.
And I know that shifts. Like I don't know. Like I've had a kid since I was 17, so I've always had to be grown up. But like the truly like I don't know, in control of my destiny and time, and the perspective that I have is so much more realistic than 20, which is crazy to say because I'm pursuing something that is unusual for my age and starting where I did. But it's just like, I mean, no shade at all to the 20-year-olds, but like, the people that you want to hear the life lessons from are the people that lived it, right? So it's, to me, it's just an interesting concept that if you've never done a certain creative pursuit before, that you are not allowed to do it starting at a certain age. It's just kind of a ridiculous concept.
It's also interesting to me too, because I think about the people, it's not even that, not saying all, but a lot of these people, I'm not going to say a lot, many of these people aren't even writing, Yeah. So it's like older people are writing for them under the persona of a younger face. And so it's just like, I don't know, it's a very strange thing.
I don't know, we're like accustomed to accept it, and that we equate youth with something magical. And for those of us I lived through more difficult youths, it's something that I don't look back on my childhood or earlier days with any sense of
nostalgia.
Yeah, rose-colored nostalgia. It's like, God, I survived that. That's maybe a sense of accomplishment in that regard, but certainly not like, man, those were the days. Like that's a privileged mindset to have for some people that didn't go through things. And I don't, it's not a healthy thing to be like, you didn't go through what I went through, because that's ridiculous. I don't want anyone to have suffered in their childhood, but to just feel like, youth is something magical, and once it's gone, there's no point in continuing on. And 35 hit me like a freight train. It really did. Like, it hit me like a box of bricks. I'm like, wow, I really am midlife. This is the age my mom was when she had me. So it's interesting to me that coming into 35, while I'm 35, my son will turn 18. So it's a totally different life perspective. But it's just like, to me, I don't know, it's a milestone with that is like, I'm now not younger than my mom was when she had me. And so there's just a strange disreality of like, I am not young. Yeah. And that's a crazy thing to be hit over the head with. When you're like, no longer am I allowed to consider myself young. So it's scary, but it's also empowering in a way, because I don't know. The freedom to be grown up. I don't really know, I don't understand when like youth became the measurement for wisdom, because it's a ridiculous thing. Like, I got pregnant at 16, so I'm not going to stand here and say that I was the pinnacle of intelligence and anyone needed to be following my path. So why would I be the voice of a generation at that age? But
yeah, I was thinking, I guess the shift, I think around the time, maybe, I don't know, of the Beatles, really, I think I was reading, because the artists were much older, I think Bill Withers got his start. He was like 32, really.
I love that.
So like there were these like older voices, and then it was just kind of like, I think record companies started looking for younger voices, younger audiences.
Do you think TV had anything to do with it? Kind of like that old thing about back and forth about the people who say that they watched the Kennedy-Nixon debate said that Kennedy won, but the people who listened to it said Nixon won because he was young and handsome. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe it's that. Maybe it's like, the sex appeal really became a thing. Yeah. Once you could see people.
Yeah. No, but maybe yes and no, because I think about, I would say no, because I feel like talent surpasses, not always, but a lot of those things. Like, there are not people who I feel like are traditionally attractive who are just like flooring with talent, and I still would, TV and all, what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So maybe I think for people who are promoting it, like Hollywood types and record label types, I think they're
selling it.
Yeah, they're selling it, but I don't think it's like an always thing.
No, I think that's something that they can get money to, is selling youth as an ideal. Well, who profits off that is the people that's selling youth as an ideal. So it's like a perpetuating thing.
It's also interesting because it's like children don't have any money. You know, it's like, why are you telling me?
Maybe it's like it's adults that are in love with the idea of youth. They can't let it go.
Yeah.
But I know I mean, of course, I'm very out of touch with what's happening. You know,
what's
happening with music and the kids these days and stuff like that. So like, I know my kids are into Sabrina Carpenter, but my daughter's into Lana Del Rey, and I think she's our age. I'm really bad at this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think she is. Yeah.
So it's like, you know, when she's got the money perspective, which is not, you know, it's out of touch with the rest of the world, but it's still like, even from that, like I'd rather listen to a moneyed older person than a moneyed younger person, I guess.
Yeah.
And even then, it's not that younger people don't have something to say. I've been listening to Lorde, like revisiting her debut album, and there is a lot to say there, and some of it's said in a way that you can tell it's a younger person, but it's also like there's, you know, the writer comes through in that, but the ones that are written for, it's a different thing, but. I definitely think that sex appeal has something to do with it. But I do think there's definitely cases where that overrides. Now, you say like Bill Withers started at 32 and someone's going to sit there and be like, Bill Withers isn't sexy.
So, yeah, there's something really interesting about Bill Withers' story. I think, like, this documentary on him. And he goes from, like, fame, you know, to, like... Maybe we shouldn't talk about Bill. Maybe that's his ghost. Maybe he's just like, shut up talking about me.
Don't use me for content.
Yeah, don't use me for. I love you, Bill. Like,
really.
Rest in peace.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'll look up that documentary.
Yeah, it's good. It is sad. There is something really sad because it's like, maybe we'll talk about it after you watch it.
All right.
We'll talk about it. I was watching the Bee Gees documentary earlier.
The Bee Gees?
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing to be listening to and about.
Yeah, I love the Bee Gees.
Never given the Bee Gees much thought.
Interesting.
Is this something I'm missing?
I don't know. I think it's one of those things you don't like you know who the band. So I think it's the same era, and that's probably why you don't give them a lot of thought.
Dee was asking me my opinions about the Beach Boys and the Monkees today. And I came, you know, they're like, you know, it's. I am realizing that the only close harmonies I can really deal with are in, like the 4-part vocal harmonies from like the 30s, 40s, and beyond. Like in terms of like the Great American Songbook thing. So it's like once it gets into like rock music, and they're putting those harmonies like the surf rock and the pop rock, and it does. I think that's really what takes me out of. Which is an unusual, and Dee and I were dissecting it. It is an unusual take to have.
Yeah.
Is that harmonies bother me somewhat.
Yeah.
But with too much of it, it takes me out of a more intimate, like, listening experience. But Dee said, I asked, what's your favorite Beach Boys album? And Surf's Up is what she said. And so on the way to ballet class and then on the way here, I was listening to Surf's Up in an effort to expand my musical repertoire. And I thought, God, I hate this. And I did get what was the, oh my gosh, there was this, I cannot remember, this is the second track on the album that I was like, okay, I like this. And I enjoyed it. And then it got to the song about student demonstrations. And I thought, wow, this is really bad and really not well thought out in terms of optics and how this would be accepted, and really in poor taste. So that's what that was the last song track that I had listened to. So
that's crazy.
The Beach Boys and the Monkees. I've never listened to the Monkees.
They had a whole TV show.
They did.
The Monkees. So I grew up not listening, but I watched the Monkees for sure on TV.
The show, okay.
Yeah, the show, the reruns.
Obviously, TV Land.
I'm not 1940s years
Nick
old.
at Night, TV Land.
No, it was like regular TV. We didn't have cable.
Okay.
It was like
just whatever it played.
Whatever when I was living in Oklahoma.
Yeah. What was the show about?
Them as a band, just like getting into hijinks and stuff.
Was it? Obviously this wasn't a reality show, so it was like scripted.
Hijinks with the band. Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, and
what a product of its time.
It was cute. It was really wholesome, very like comedy, like what's the one? The same era. You know what I'm talking about? Bewitched or not Bewitched?
Leave It to Jeannie.
Yes, like that kind of era of like
push your nose. Yeah.
That kind of.
There's like the late 60s sitcom, early 60s sitcom,
that kind of vibe. I liked it. The show was good. Also, the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds album.
I haven't listened to all of Pet Sounds at one sitting. This is the thing I'm trying to expand. I've also been beaten over the head that I've got to listen to the White Album and
yeah, White Album's okay. Cool. It's not my
what
favorite.
Beatles record should I listen to? Because I listened to both. Well, I've listened to heavier things growing up. So like starting heavier things was really like Clarity coming on was really like a trip for me back in time. And that album is really cohesive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I listened to Born and Raised, and I took a lot off that too.
Yeah.
So
we're talking about John Mayer right now.
We are talking about John Mayer. And so I respect strongly your opinions about the albums that you're going to recommend to me. So I will listen to it. I've never listened to a Beatles record from start to finish.
So.
Because I hate it.
Here's the thing. I feel like Beach Boys' Pet Sounds is brilliant because Brian Wilson was brilliant. He was an amazing songwriter, and it's one of those things. Don't listen to it in the car. Okay. Listen to it with headphones. There's so many different elements. There's so many different things going. It's an experience. Don't think of it like, oh, I'm going to listen to the song. Think of it like I'm listening to a movie. It's so good. You don't have to like it. I think you just have to appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, there's some of that. It's like the Beatles. It's not that I don't appreciate it, but it's like, I just now say on the recording to defend myself too, is like the backlash I get when I say that I don't like the Beatles music is like so violently like.
It's just shocking because
it feels like I said like something extremely hateful. So like if like I insulted someone on a deeply personal level. So at a certain point I built up like a defense mechanism against it that I'm just like fuck the Beatles.
Yeah. And I get it. It's also too like they were so pivotal that it's like saying that you don't appreciate the progress made in music. That's what it sounds. I
don't though.
Well, obviously you're listening to Ella and Cole.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
you don't care. Yeah, no, I think it's a great album. You listen to it like you listen to a movie. So like just close eyes, maybe dark space. It's really like I don't know. It's just very.
It's an experience.
It's an experience for me personally. It's an experience. It's how I felt like when I first heard. Eleanor Rigby for the first time. Okay. I was in musical appreciation class in college, and we were in like an orchestra type room. It was like, and I was just sitting there. I was bored. She was playing these songs. I didn't care. Right. And then I heard for the first time, I did not grow up listening to secular music, so I did not get the chance to listen to things like the Beatles. And it blew me away. Like, to this day, I remember being like...
You're like the people watching the Ed Sullivan show. You really got like a totally virginal experience to the Beatles, though, so that's cool.
It was amazing.
To me, I got to listen to Matchbox 20 first, so I was happier.
Yeah, good for you.
I know that's a very controversial opinion of mine.
Yeah, that you like
I love
20, but not
Matchbox
the Beatles.
Yes, and I appreciate the Beatles. It just became this like defense mechanism that like I had to get spiky when people said that. Like the reaction so strongly and visceral to like I don't like the Beatles music became like you called my mother a fat whore, and so it just really like it really bothered me. So it just became like, well, I don't give a shit about the Beatles. Yeah. I have nothing for this, and so, but really and truly, like the individual tracks, and I am an album person, so it is one thing like to just dissect an album and just take it song by song.
Pause. All right, give me 5 no-skip albums.
5 no-skip albums?
Yeah, like you could just go completely through.
Okay. More Than You Think You Are by Matchbox 20. Okay. You really,
I'm really questioning but continue.
No, I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to listen to all of these. It is so good. And it has a hidden track on it that is amazing.
R.I.P. hidden tracks, first of all. Bring back hidden tracks.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So, and that's maybe the best track on the whole album. It's called The Difference. It's wonderful.
Always is.
Another no skip album, Absolution by Muse.
Okay.
It's wonderful. Okay. Matt Bellamy is one of the best. I'm probably not saying that right because I have no idea how to say his name. It's one of those like I read it a lot but never hear it. Vocals are just fantastic. Like, it's a 3-piece band. Everything is super tight. I think it's from like 2003.
Okay.
If Yourself or Someone Like You, it's from like 2004. So there is an era, or 2002.
Okay.
Ella Fitzgerald sings the Cole Porter songbook.
Okay.
Just not going to skip anything on it. Her interpretation of it is fantastic. Even though Cole Porter himself did not like it. Mm-hmm. He did not like her interpretation of his songs. But he was a snob, which is why we love him.
Yeah.
So, let's see, what else? Oh, gosh. I'm torn here between 2 Tom Waits albums, but I don't want to throw one on. But I would say The Heart of Saturday Night.
Okay.
It's fantastic for like the blues bar, smoky room feel.
Okay.
But then if you want real Tom Waits, once he kind of got loose of his shackles, the Mule Variations. It's fantastic. Okay. Everything on it is what he calls cerebral, which I think is fantastic. Gosh.
Got one more?
I got one more.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a struggle. I'm really picky. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is kind of embarrassing for musicians. Like, oh, what would I say is a no skip?
No. We'll just like rewind or like fast forward this.
Maybe Hosier's debut album.
Okay.
Maybe, but I can't remember if this one particular. No, I don't really like that one song.
So it's not really.
It's like a no skip. I mean, I would listen to it, but like
Tom Waits, so it's like a 4.5. So we'll just add the Hosier in.
I think it's okay. Like it's like it is best listened to all at once.
Okay.
Like that whole album, but it is like I can't remember this song. To Be Alone. I've just always thought that song was less than spectacular. But
every other song must be spectacular.
Every other song makes up for it. It's pretty good. In a Week, like you can't beat that song.
Interesting.
Anything with a rondo is going to be good. Okay. The round robin format. One person sings a verse and the person sings overlapping. Yeah, I love that. Wheels on the bus shit.
You're a special person.
I know.
Oh, you're funny. So I have a question. Do you feel like being like a woman in this industry at this age has given you any specific challenges, or do you feel you do? Like what challenges would?
I don't know that it's my specific age, but the microaggressions.
Like what?
About being a female bassist. It took a while to either recognize them or get fatigued by them.
Okay.
One of the bands I play with, we're recording part of a music video with another band for their track. And in doing so, we had a lot of free time while waiting for the crew to come in and finish the filming. And the stage was kind of open, but it had all of our instruments on it. And the front woman was keys player and had left her instrument open. And someone had come and sat down on drums, and then I was kind of poking around on the keyboard. John's guitar is very expensive, and I didn't want to leave anything up there unattended. And someone came up and just picked up my bass and started playing it. And it didn't take me long to get angry, but it took me long enough to react. And he started slapping it, which my bass is not set up for that. Like the action's very specific. The strings are not the particular type that you would use for that. So instead of being like, hey, that's my instrument, put that down, I snapped at a certain point. I was like, hey, I don't know you. You're playing my bass. I didn't tell you it was okay.
Yeah.
And then...
That's such a weird thing to do. It's like I would never go up on a stage and start playing someone else's instrument. That's so strange.
And that was part of the reason I stayed up there, because they had gone outside to smoke, and I was just kind of killing time. And and then I was pissed, and so I took my bass off the stage with me. Yeah. And so I'd been up on the stage just poking miserably at the keyboard, as one does when you don't know how to play it. And I had my bass, took it off stage, and had sat down just at one of the tables, kind of just waiting for everybody to come back in. Yeah. And a guy said to me, "So you have that guy's bass?" And I mean, if I could have obliterated someone with laser vision in that moment, I'm like, yeah, no, I decided to carry someone else's instrument around the room for fun. Like, this is my bass. This is my bass. This is so my bass. Like, the things I've done with this instrument, I set it up myself. Like, I've done so much work on this particular instrument on my own. Yeah. Played so many shows with it. For you to come and sit, are you playing that guy's bass because a man held it without my permission? I mean, what a story is that, though? That is the story of feminism throughout history, is just being a woman. A man held it without my permission, and now you think it's his. Yeah. So there's that. Yeah. Soapbox, sorry.
Do you need water? You seem very riled up.
I got a little heated.
Yeah.
And then when Fearless Dave and the Tsunamis and I were in Fayetteville, said something like, after I came out there, like, I'm with them. We're all in matching tie-dye shirts. Like, it's a whole thing. and the only other person with us is the girlfriend, and they're very clearly like a couple. And I'm just sitting there like with them waiting for our showtime, and had told him like I was their bassist before, and that I played with a lot of groups in Memphis. And when I got up on stage and was like, I was opening my gig bag to take out my bass, and he was like, I just thought you were a groupie. Like, man seriously said this after all that context. And I was like, okay, I guess that's...
I guess listening isn't your skill set.
Critical thinking. He ate crow very quickly, and everyone around him was very quick to rag on him, and I called him out directly, like, with the microphone on stage. So he repented very fast, but it was still one of those just like... Okay.
Yeah.
So that's just, I don't think that's an age-related thing, but it is. The age-related thing, I think, is like bending down to pick up my amp and going, or like squatting down.
You did that to yourself.
Yeah. Squatting down to plug in the power supply and going,
Yeah.
That's got a lot more to do with the age thing. But I try not to let that, when I'm going to give a performance, I try to give the best performance I can for the context that it's in. So there's that.
Yeah.
And then also like bringing my teenager to my show and her being like, That's a very specific
old music.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, Mom.
That's funny.
Cool.
That's so funny. Yeah, I don't think I've had that issue pretty much. Thankfully. Or if I have, I haven't really noticed it. I think I usually just ignore people. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I roll a lot of things off my back. So I probably have had things said to me, and I do recall something coming up, but I'm blocking it out to maintain my equilibrium.
Keep your equilibrium, because I lost mine for a second.
Yeah, no, I think it's really interesting. I think I get a lot of people who are surprised I play guitar, or I do a lot of finger picking style, and I think a lot of people are just maybe surprised by that. I don't know.
That's just ridiculous.
I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe that's just also me just being in my head.
Your intuition is pretty spot on.
Yeah.
And I think you are insightful enough to read a room and other people and be like, the vibe that they're giving me or sending me off of what I'm doing feels strange.
I had a guy once tell me I should be angrier with my songs.
Okay.
I thought that was interesting. I kind of took it to heart. And I was like, I don't know how to be more angry.
Is that what you wrote, shame?
No. Does shame sound angry?
It sounds... I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. It's such a good song. But it's as close to angry, and it's American Body is very much in the not angry but just betrayed.
See, I just
the vein of that. But it's not. I mean, angry to me sounds
some
different.
People sound angry?
No.
Damn.
No, it just doesn't sound angry, but angry is not the feeling that I get when I listen to your music. It's angry is a very easy emotion to mask deeper emotions, and I think your music pushes past that surface level into what the anger is really about.
Surface level.
You want to be surface level?
I want to write surface level. What's an angry song? Tell me an angry song.
Just an angry song?
Yeah. I think well, no, that's not angry. He's just emo yelling. That's emo. Never mind.
I'm trying to think angry song. Megalomaniac by Incubus. I wrote it about George W. Bush. It's a little lyrically not as dense as the other big hit off the album that was Talk Shows on Mute, but it's an angry song.
I guess every Eminem song is probably
pretty. Angry for better or worse, or rightfully or not. He's angry.
Yeah.
Sometimes. That one song that he had, who was it with? Where it was that's what happens when a tornado meets a volcano.
Oh.
It's just a really
what year
funny,
was that?
I don't know. I was in high school. Maybe I was in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a time.
Yeah. Encore, Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Is that angry? Do you consider that angry? Maybe I'm just not good with anger.
I don't know that I really think it's angry. Man, I'm struggling.
What about country? Do we know any angry country songs?
The Toby Keith song, "We'll Put a Boot in Your Ass, It's the American Way." Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list. He's angry.
Yeah.
The Statue of Liberty shaking her fist, man. That's That's
Is it
something.
the voice or is it the lyrics?
No, it's the lyrics in that one because he's really not like screaming it across. Because I'm thinking about like angry stuff, and I'm realizing that like I think the voice is more of like what I'm calling like thinking of in terms of angry songs. It's just like the volume of it. Hell Broke Loose by Tom Waits is a pretty good. It's a anti-war song, but it's more of like the perspective of like what happens to the soldiers.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily angry, but it's very like pointed, and I don't know. An angry song. It's a hard thing. Going Under by Evanescence, I always felt was kind of angry.
Interesting. I'm
Thinking.
Yeah, I'm thinking, and I'm also just like I keep thinking I'm writing angry songs, but I'm not. So
Again, I think that anger is just like anger is such an initial reaction that like there's something under the surface there, and you're past the surface, but you want to be on the surface.
I want to be on the surface because sometimes
just
just the visceral, you know.
Yeah, the knee jerk, like I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
I once wrote a song. It was barely a song. It was more of a poem.
Yeah.
But it was like it's so angry that it's like vile, and I'm like I probably for the best that like this stays in Google Docs and not like out in the world.
Oh well, Google has it, so it's in the world.
Yeah, it's fine.
In someone's AI.
Well, whatever.
Now.
Well, I mean, what good is that? That's not going to do them anyway. But I was going through some emotions, so I just wrote down how I felt.
What's the most favorite thing you've written thus far?
I really like Abraham.
Okay.
It's coming out on July 27th.
That's exciting.
And I still don't really feel like I wrote it. I feel like God wrote it through me, which I'm not religious, so it's particularly weird things for me to say, but it came to me at like 3 a.m, fully formed, like Athena sprung out of Zeus's forehead, and then later that, like the lyrics just came out, and they were very, very barely tweaked between the first and final versions, and then like the next day after I went to sleep and woke back up, I put it over kind of a bass. The bass part that runs through the song.
Yeah.
And that just, I think it's well done because I feel like I have very little hand in it, but it's tortuous to go through like every single line of it and be like, this is where it comes from, but it's very deeply layered to me in terms of familial experience and history and what it was like to kind of grow up in a family that is like, my grandfather was born in 1902 and my father was born in 1952, and then I was born when he was 40. So it's like to have just such little time between generations, or such massive time between generations, but so few generations to put you in that firsthand experience of what almost felt like, I know you grew up sheltered, like in that feeling of like the outside world is something different when you leave your house. Yeah. That's kind of that same thing. So it was just weird to grow up like in the shadow of that, and then a Vietnam veteran and a very cold mother, and so to have that like what's that formative sort of feeling, and it brought me to mind of I had just finished Absalom by William Faulkner, which is very much of close to in ways to me it felt like a retelling of Abraham's story between Isaac and Ishmael in the Bible.
I just recently was listening to that.
It's heavy. It's really well.
I stopped. It's beautiful.
It's wonderful to read because of the way it's very stream of consciousness, and so the way that it's laid out reminds me a lot of like Robert Frost's Sound of Sense. So like to see the language on paper sometimes adds more to. I wouldn't know what listening to that one would sound like, but to read it and put it out, it is good. But it is difficult just in terms of subject matter and the emotional intensity. But something about Thomas Sutpen reminded me of my grandfather, I think, and then a very, very poor version of Thomas Sutpen, but like there was just something about like the way that he talked about. I'd spoil the book for you if I tell you what happens, but there's a shift in it when you think about like two sons, and it's like, why is one more favored than the other, and then in the end, what does favored do for you if everybody ends up dead?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is my happy song. Yeah. It's kind of angry. Abraham's a little angry.
Interesting. Yeah, it is. I would say it's very edgy. It's brimming on angry. What do you have coming up next?
I have, let's see, one of my bands, Fearless Dave and the Tsunamis, we're dropping a single on July 2nd.
Okay.
Called Incarnate. That'll be on all streaming services. And that was my first time Well, it was my first time. It was right around the same time that Atlantic City, the first like the Springsteen cover that I released, right around the same time I was recording that. So it was very close to one of my first experiences in the studio, recording vocals. So that was cool, and that'll be out on July 6th for all streaming, and then we're doing a release party on July 10th at Society Skate Park. It will be fun with Deerfields and Shorty and the Grooves, and then on July 27th, my first original release will be coming out on all streaming services, and that's it's Abraham, and all its anger and righteous fury. Abraham. That one, that's the one. So if you want songs about God demanding accountability from people, that'll be out on July 27th on all streaming services, and then July 28th we have our show. We'll be performing it at Haven House, opening for Quinn O'Donnell, and that will be a pretty cool show to come out. So if you're local, I would love to see you there.
Memphis.
901.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. That's exciting. Well, friend, thank you for
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Of course.
This was fun.
This was very fun. We'll do this again, maybe, if you want to.
No, I will glad to do it. If you lose a bunch of subscribers, though, then maybe you
I don't have any, so we're starting.
Boom. I'm there. I'll subscribe and be like, get this woman back on here. She's just fantastic.
Oh, I'm coming either way, so, you can't stop me. I'm just going to keep posting every week.
No, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. It literally, the whole algorithm, the whole system is designed to reward persistence.
Yeah.
So you just carve your niche. You sit at your table.
Yep. Dag nabbit.
And you
sit at this table.
Abel's table.
Yep.
Thank you for having me at Abel's table.
No problem. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all for watching and having this conversation with us. If you have anything to say, if you want to talk about your favorite No Skip albums, if you want to at Montana about the Beach Boys or the Beatles.
I listen to
don't come at me. Just come at her.
Don't.
Yeah. So
that's at I am Abel.
That's
Montana my Jones social media.
I think it's who you're trying to contact. Yeah. Thank you for watching. See y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye.